After making 2 videos talking about 3 different games in Roblox in each one, I've come to the realization that maybe that isn't the best format for talking about games I recommend. As in the last episode, part 2, for example, I dedicated a lot more time talking about the second game than the other 2. It's because of that I'm gonna try something different, something more simple. Highlight 1 game per video. That way, I don't have to worry about having to find 3 whole games to talk about at the same time, and I can talk about a specific game's bells and whistles as much as my heart desires. Plus, it gives this series more chances to be recommended to people by YouTube.
Please God give me views, I am so hungry.
Over 400 different arcade games, all in the palm of your hand.
Sounds like one of those classic ads from a game system, don't it? If the arcade in this game was a real place, I would move house to live next to it. Every single arcade game you can think of is probably here. From the games you always played when visiting the arcade to those you never played because they look like a scam. Games that you'd see at a typical fair, game show games, games that may or may not be taken from other games, games that are probably from the App Store, and even games that have absolutely zero business being in an arcade. But what the hell, it's Roblox, it's a free country, just look at all the groomers they let into the platform. There's even a bunch of collectible cards you can get from specific games, so you can give yourself the extra objective of getting them all. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's take it from the top. Cornerstone Arcade, a game made by the Second Lugia and Company, is a very faithful recreation of the magical experience of going to an arcade venue, be it alone or with friends. And sadly, despite having near infinite potential for fun moments, the game only has about 50 concurrent players at any given time. So I decided, no, this is not fair. This game deserves to have at least 1,000. It's so damn fun, I've been spending the past week playing for a few minutes each night before bed. Small children get lullabies, I get the sound of hitting the 1,000 ticket jackpot.
Wait, Peter, what do you mean hitting the jackpot? Have you been gambling your life savings away again?
Well, speaking of that, if you're not comfortable with games that are based on random chance instead of skill, there is a die icon which indicates which games you'll want to avoid. Plus, if you're in a country where gambling is illegal, then you won't be able to play those games in the first place, so sorry, Cambodia.
Fuck you!
There are so many games, it's almost overwhelming. There's something for everyone. Rhythm games, trivia games, guessing games, reaction time games, retro games, pachinko-style games. All sorts of themes and concepts are bundled up in this experience. However, that also means a higher chance of something breaking. Luckily, however, this game counts with users, either game technicians or moderators, that are able to reset the machines should they ever break or get softlocked, and anyone can apply for these roles in their Discord server. Game techs for a short-term quote-unquote contract, and moderator if you're in it for the long run. So far, all the people in the community are very kind and fun people, even if the amount of channels can be a bit overwhelming. The sound effects are on point, the music is chill and fits the vibe, and it is no joke one of the best options to hang out with friends that are far away and chill out or go crazy when someone gets the jackpot or bonus in a game.
I'm doing the spin stop.
Alright. See if you can get 500.
Whoa!
I sure need your end too. Oh.
That was easy. That was easy.
Oh my god! My boy, you're cracked at this! You are so cracked at this, my boy! Yipe. Yipe. Okay, it's 10 credits. It's 10 credits for a turn.
That's what I'm doing. Don't let me do it. Oh, dude, I got so close.
Let's fucking go! I just have one thing to say.
That was easy.
That was easy.
Plus, there's 2-player games you can play together, as well as other games that require even more players, so no one will be left out of the fun. And the best part? All of those prizes that require an exorbitant amount of tickets that you'd never be able to get in real life because, let's be honest, money doesn't grow on trees, you can get them! Speaking of money though, it's not infinite in this game, which is a touch that makes the arcade games much more special. In order to get money, you have to work at a place called the Fulfillment Center, and it's very simple, though the tutorial would make you think otherwise. Basically, choose the box that matches a letter, and then place all the items on the list, filling the remaining space with crumpled papers, and done, you got some moolah. There's also a few more games that test your reflexes, your memory and more that also give you money, so you have plenty of choices if you wanna grind some bucks for a while. If you don't wanna grind, however, there's plenty of chances where you'll come across lost tokens that fall from the sky and will give you 2 credits each, 4 if you're a club member. Though to be frank, you're really better off putting in some work at the office. But wait, did I mention a club membership? Well, yeah, are you deaf? This game, like any other in the platform, does have its fair share of microtransactions for boosts, passes and the like. However, I'd like to reassure you right from the get-go that you really don't need any of these to have a fun time in the game. And while there is a lounge you can only access as a member, as someone who got the membership, I can tell you it's really nothing special. Sure, it has deluxe versions of the games, exclusive prices and other games and the like, but you already have hundreds of games you can play without spending a single buck. That being said, I'm more than glad to support the developers of this experience for all the work they've put into it, and if you want to do the same, I won't stop you. One more thing to note, remember earlier when I mentioned you can collect cards from games? Well, the fun thing about managing to complete the set is you can then insert all the cards into a machine to redeem a sweet, almost mouth-watering bonus. Yummy. Don't like any of the games in the main arcade for whatever Lovecraftian reason? No problem, there's a bunch more buildings with even more games to play to ensure your entire lifespan is spent getting tickets.
One more game.
It's also important to note that this isn't the only game of its kind in the platform. There are other experiences like this one, and in fact the devs of Cornerstone Arcade are more than willing to support any other devs looking to work on their own arcade experience. It's always interesting to come across other players to share my love for arcade entertainment, and hey, if you're among those people, maybe you can find yourself a new friend to play games like Mint and Chocolate with.